Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will either change the way you live or leave you exactly where you are. Life is not waiting for anyone, and the clock is moving whether you're ready or not. Every second you waste doubting yourself, every moment you spend giving into fear, procrastination, or excuses is a second someone else is using to get ahead, a second you can never get back. I want you to understand something right now. Your mindset, your focus, your ability to push through discomfort, that is what will determine whether you rise or remain average. You have been lied to your whole life if you think that greatness comes easy, that success is served on a silver platter, that you can wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is no waiting period. There is only now, this moment, and the choices you make in it. Right now, I want you to take a hard look at yourself. Who are you being when no one is watching? Are you settling? Are you letting life pass you by? Are you following the crowd, doing what everyone else is doing, thinking that will bring you safety, thinking that will bring you fulfillment? Let me tell you something. Safety never built legends. Comfort never created empires. And following the crowd never changed a life. You were born with a mind capable of more than you give it credit for, with a heart capable of enduring more than you realize, with a spirit that can rise above every obstacle if only you decide to stop making excuses and start taking action. This is the moment where you decide who you are going to be. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when life is easier, right now. You have the power to shape your mindset, to demand more from yourself, to refuse to accept mediocrity, to grind, to sacrifice, to push past what you thought were limits. I want you to feel it in your bones. Feel the urgency. Feel the fire. Because nothing great ever came from hesitating. Nothing powerful ever came from waiting. And nothing extraordinary ever came from doing just enough. You have to be willing to fight, to struggle, to bleed, to wake up every day and challenge yourself in ways that scare you, because that is the only path to growth. By the time this video is over, I want you to understand that your mind is your battlefield. Every thought you feed it, every belief you hold, every decision you make is either building you up or tearing you down. You are the sum of your choices, the reflection of your habits, the product of your persistence. So I need you to stay with me. Stay focused, stay hungry, because what you are about to hear is not just words. It is a call to action. It is a blueprint to stop being average, to stop hesitating, to stop doubting yourself, to rise up and demand the life you were born to live. Nothing will change if you don't change. Nothing will happen if you don't act. And everything you want is waiting on the other side of the work, the sacrifice and the grind. So lean in, lock your mind, and commit to listening with everything you have. Because when this is over, you will either take control of your life or stay the same. And I promise you, there is no satisfaction in staying the same. This is your chance. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment to ignite the fire inside and refuse to let anything or anyone stop you. Stay with me. Every second you stay focused, every second you refuse to quit, you are building the unstoppable version of yourself. The first and most powerful truth you must understand is this: staying strong is not something that happens by accident. It is not a gift some people receive and others don't. It is a decision, a commitment, a daily choice to push through what hurts, to rise when everything in you wants to stay down, to keep moving forward when your mind is begging you to quit. Strength is not built in comfort. It is built in the moments when you feel weak, when you feel tired, when you feel overwhelmed. It is built in silence, in darkness, in the hours no one sees. The world will tell you to rest, to slow down, to take the easy route. But deep inside you is a voice that whispers something different. Keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding, because your future depends on what you do right now. That voice is your strength. That voice is your anchor. That voice separates you from every person who gave up right before the breakthrough. Staying strong means learning to stand tall even when life hits you harder than you expected. And life will hit you hard. It will throw disappointment at you, betrayal, failure, delays, heartbreak, and moments that feel unfair. But you don't build strength by avoiding the punch. You build it by taking the hit and refusing to stay down. Every time you rise after falling, you rewrite a part of your identity. You tell yourself, I am not the kind of person who quits. I am not the kind who folds under pressure. I am the kind who bends but never breaks. Strength grows when you refuse to let a temporary situation create a permanent mindset. You must understand this deeply. Your circumstances may be difficult, but they cannot define you unless you allow them to. You are bigger than your situation, stronger than your pain, and more powerful than your excuses. Every person you admire, every success story you hear, every champion you look up to, every single one of them had a moment when quitting was easier than continuing. But what separates them from the rest of the world is that they pushed through anyway. They stayed strong when their body said stop. They kept grinding when their mind was exhausted. They fought through doubt, fear, insecurity, and all the invisible weights most people crumble under. That's the truth nobody likes to talk about. Staying strong is not glamorous. It's the grind in the dark. It's the tears nobody sees. It's the days your motivation is gone, but you show up anyway. It's waking up early, pushing through pain, sacrificing comfort, ignoring the noise, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Strength grows where comfort dies. You must learn to see struggle as a teacher, not an enemy. The struggle is not there to destroy you. It is there to shape you. The grind is not punishment. It is preparation. Strength is forged in resistance. Think of a muscle. The only way it grows is by being broken down first. That's how life works too. Every hardship is shaping you. Every struggle is building endurance. Every challenge is expanding your capacity. But you have to lean into it. Most people run from the hard things. They avoid discomfort. They escape pressure. They seek shortcuts. And because of that, they never find out how strong they truly are. But not you. You're here because something inside you is done running. Something inside you is tired of being average. Something inside you wants to see what you're really made of. Staying strong is also about controlling your perspective. The way you look at your situation determines whether you rise or break. When you see pain as permanent, you lose. When you see pain as growth, you win. You must train your mind to understand that the grind is not a punishment. It is the path. Nothing great comes without pressure. Diamonds are made under pressure. Muscles grow under stress. Champions rise from adversity. You are no different. The strength you're building now will carry you into a future you can't even imagine yet. You're not grinding for today. You're grinding for the version of you that will look back one day and say, thank God I didn't quit. And staying strong means ignoring the voices, both external and internal, that try to convince you to stop. People will doubt you. People will criticize you. People will tell you it's impossible. But their voices don't matter. The only voice that matters is the one inside you. You must learn to silence the noise, shut out the negativity, block out the opinions, and trust your grind. Trust your process. Trust your resilience. Trust that the work you're doing when no one is watching is creating results that will show when everyone is watching. The grind doesn't respect talent. It respects effort. It respects discipline. It respects consistency. Life rewards the ones who keep showing up. You don't need to be the smartest, the fastest, or the strongest. You just need to be the one who refuses to stop. That's it. Grinding is simple, not easy. Simple. Because the formula is the same. Show up, work, repeat. Not easy because everything around you will try to distract you, weaken you, and break you. But the grind will always reward the discipline, and staying strong means carrying a sense of responsibility. You are not doing this just for yourself. You are doing this for your family, your legacy, your future children, your future life, your future self. Every sacrifice you make today is building the foundation for a future that will change your entire bloodline. Strength is not selfish. It's generational. When you get stronger, your entire world gets stronger. When you level up, everyone connected to you rises. That's why you cannot break. You cannot fold. You cannot quit. Too much is riding on your perseverance. So staying strong is not about pretending everything is easy. It's about acknowledging the difficulty and choosing to push anyway. It's about showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. It's about trusting your grind, trusting your growth, trusting your resilience. It's understanding that strength is built, not given. And every single day you keep grinding, every single day you keep moving forward, every single day you refuse to quit, you become more powerful, more disciplined, more unstoppable. Strength is a lifestyle and the grind is the fuel. Keep going. The truth about becoming relentless is that it begins inside your mind long before it ever shows in your results. Most people think grinding is a physical act, waking up early, working hard, staying disciplined, but the real battle is mental. Your mind is the engine that drives everything you do. And until you train it to operate with conviction, clarity, and unstoppable focus, you will always struggle to stay consistent. Becoming relentless means you stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop giving emotional weight to your doubts. You stop letting your feelings dictate your future. You learn to act based on commitment, not comfort. Because comfort has never built a champion, and comfort will never take you where you want to go. Relentlessness is about taking command over your thoughts, your patterns, your reactions, and refusing to allow anything, you included, to talk you out of the life you're meant to live. When everything becomes difficult, the relentless don't fold, they lean in. They see resistance as a sign that they're getting closer, not further away. Becoming relentless means you understand that motivation is temporary, but mindset is permanent. Anybody can work hard when they're inspired. Anybody can push for a few days when the energy is high. But the relentless operate on a different frequency. They don't move emotionally, they move intentionally. They know exactly what they want, why they want it, and what they're willing to sacrifice to get it. And because of that clarity, they don't waste time questioning themselves. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment. They step into the grind even when the weight feels heavy. They move even when their mind tries to pull them back. This is where so many people fall apart. They allow hesitation to become their habit. The relentless replace hesitation with action. They shut down the internal debate and do the work anyway. A relentless mindset also comes from being willing to suffer temporarily for long-term greatness. Most people run from discomfort. They hide from pressure. They avoid anything that stretches their limits. But the relentless understand that pressure is the birthplace of transformation. They know that discomfort is not a warning. It's a signal that they are crossing into new territory. Your mind naturally wants to protect you from anything unfamiliar, so it will create fear, anxiety, and excuses to keep you in the same place. But nothing changes in the same place. You cannot grow inside the bubble of what is easy. Becoming relentless requires you to train your mind to interpret discomfort differently. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," you learn to say, "This is making me stronger." Where others see struggle, the relentless see development. Where others see obstacles, the relentless see opportunity. Where others stop, the relentless begin. Another part of becoming relentless is learning to silence the noise around you. People will always have opinions. They will always judge. They will always doubt what they cannot do themselves. And if you're not careful, their words can become your limitations. You must develop the ability to tune out everything that doesn't align with your vision. That means ignoring negativity, avoiding distractions, and refusing to let the wrong people speak into your life. The relentless are selective. They guard their mental space like a warrior guards a fortress. They do not allow doubt to take root. They do not allow fear-based thinking to influence them. They do not allow small-minded individuals to shrink their dreams. If you want to become relentless, you must create an environment internally and externally that fuels your growth instead of sabotaging it. Becoming relentless also means developing the courage to keep going even when the results don't show yet. This is where most people quit. They want immediate results. They want fast progress. They want visible change. And when things don't move fast enough, they lose belief. But the relentless understand something crucial. Results are always delayed. Success is always behind a wall that only consistency can break. The work you do today may not show tomorrow or next week or even next month, but it is never wasted. Every rep counts. Every hour counts. Every step counts. It all compounds. The relentless keep grinding because they know the grind is planting seeds that will eventually grow. They don't need proof to keep going. They trust the process. They trust the discipline. They trust themselves. Being relentless also means getting back up faster than you fall. You will fail. You will make mistakes. You will experience setbacks. You will face moments where you question everything. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. The relentless don't take failure personally. They take it strategically. They don't sit in self-pity. They extract lessons. They don't let failure weaken them. It fuels them. Every time they fall, they rise with more wisdom, more hunger, and more clarity. They understand that resilience is built through repetition. The more you get up, the stronger you become. And after a while, falling doesn't scare you anymore because you trust your ability to rise. That is the power of a relentless mindset. You also become relentless when you stop chasing perfection and start chasing progress. Perfection is a trap that kills momentum. It keeps you stuck. It makes you hesitate. It convinces you that you're not ready, not skilled enough, not perfect enough. But progress is different. Progress is forward motion. Progress is messy, imperfect, and real. Progress means taking steps even when you don't have everything figured out. The relentless don't wait until the conditions are perfect. They use what they have, where they are, and they keep moving. They understand that momentum is created through imperfect action. The more you move, the easier it becomes to stay in motion. And once motion becomes habit, nothing can stop you. Finally, becoming relentless means choosing identity over emotion. You must decide who you are. Not what you feel like, not what your circumstances say you are, not what your fears try to convince you of, who you are. And once you decide, everything you do must align with that identity. If you say you are disciplined, then you must act disciplined. If you say you are strong, then you must behave strong. If you say you are unstoppable, then you must move like someone who cannot be stopped. PED. Identity drives behavior. When you adopt the identity of someone relentless, your choices begin to shift, your habits begin to elevate, your mindset sharpens, your discipline intensifies. You operate on a higher frequency because you're no longer moving based on temporary feelings. You're moving based on who you have chosen to become. Becoming relentless is a mental transformation. It is a psychological evolution. It is the decision to stop letting excuses, circumstances, and emotions hold power over your life. When you become relentless, nothing can break you, slow you, or distract you from your mission. You become the kind of person who keeps going no matter what, because quitting is simply not an option. Strength during chaos is not built by avoiding weakness. It's built by confronting it head on and refusing to let it define who you become. When life gets hard, most people collapse internally long before they collapse externally. Their mindset becomes fragile. Their thoughts start working against them instead of for them. Their emotions take control, and suddenly they feel stuck, powerless, and overwhelmed. But a strong mindset in weak times is not the absence of struggle. It is the ability to stay grounded while the storm tries to uproot you. It is the ability to hold yourself steady when everything around you is shaking. It is the ability to remain committed to your mission, even when your feelings try to distract you. Strength is not a reaction, it is a decision. And weak times test whether that decision is real or just something you say when life is easy. True mental strength begins with understanding that pressure does not come to destroy you. It comes to reveal you. The moments you feel overwhelmed, tired, discouraged, or mentally drained are the exact moments that show what you are truly made of. Anyone can feel strong when life is simple. Anyone can feel confident when things go right. Anyone can feel powerful when the path is smooth. But weak times remove the comfort and expose the truth. When everything is stacked against you, you learn what kind of person you really are. Weak times do not weaken you. They expose the weakness that was already there. And that exposure is not punishment. It is an invitation to grow because you cannot strengthen anything you refuse to acknowledge. Building strength in weak times also means mastering your thoughts before your thoughts master you. Every weak moment begins in the mind. Doubt grows louder. Fear exaggerates every challenge. Negativity tries to convince you that your efforts are pointless. Your mind begins creating problems that don't even exist. This is why mental control is everything. If you don't direct your thoughts, they will direct you. If you don't take command of your inner voice, it will become your biggest enemy. The strongest people are not the ones who feel fearless. They are the ones who recognize fear, but choose not to obey it. They filter every thought, questioning whether it serves their mission or sabotages it. Weak times require mental discipline. You have to force your mind to stay focused when it wants to wander, to stay positive when it wants to panic, to stay committed when it wants to quit. Strength is built by repetition, by choosing the right thoughts again and again until mental discipline becomes natural. Another piece of developing strength in weak times is shifting your perspective from victimhood to ownership. Weak times make it easy to blame circumstances, people, or life itself. They make you feel like everything is happening to you, not for you. But ownership is the mindset that separates the strong from the fragile. Ownership says, I may not control the situation, but I control my response. Ownership says, I will not let circumstances dictate my identity. Ownership says I rise through responsibility, not excuses. When you adopt ownership, you stop reacting emotionally and start responding strategically. You stop complaining and start problem solving. You stop running and start standing your ground. Weak times will crush anyone who refuses responsibility, but they will elevate anyone who embraces it. Strength in weak times also requires emotional resilience, the ability to feel deeply without falling apart. Many people believe strength means shutting emotions off, but that's not strength, that's suppression. Real strength means you feel the fear, confusion, sadness, disappointment, or uncertainty, but you don't drown in it. You allow yourself to feel without allowing those feelings to paralyze you. You collect yourself, you breathe, you regain clarity, and you move anyway. Weak times often trigger emotional storms, and if you don't know how to manage those storms, they will consume you. The strongest people are not emotionless, they are emotionally disciplined. They allow feelings to pass through them instead of settling inside them. They let the emotion come, but they decide the action that follows. A strong mindset in weak times is also built through intentional self-belief. Weak times attack your confidence. They make you question your abilities, your future, your progress, and your worth. They whisper lies like you're not good enough. You're too far behind. You'll never make it. And if you accept those lies, they become your truth. This is why inner confidence must be something you strengthen every day. Confidence is not arrogance. It is not pretending. It is not hype. Confidence is trust. Trust in your ability to adapt, to learn, to evolve, to rise, to push, to survive, to create, to overcome. Weak times may shake that trust, but they can. Never destroy it unless you let them. When you choose to trust yourself, even when everything feels uncertain, you develop a level of inner strength nothing can break. Another part of building strength in weak times is maintaining consistency even when the environment is inconsistent. Weak times usually come with chaos, unexpected problems, shifting circumstances, emotional instability, or financial pressure. When external stability collapses, the only thing that can hold you together is internal consistency. This means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means keeping routines even when life feels unpredictable. It means staying disciplined in the middle of disorder. Consistency is like a lighthouse in a storm. It keeps you grounded, focused, and centered when everything else feels out of control. The more you stay consistent through weak times, the faster your strength multiplies. Weak times also build strength through patience. Strength is not developed overnight. It takes time to grow. Weak moments often feel endless, but this is where patience becomes power. When you stay patient through difficulty, you reduce emotional panic. You stay clear-headed. You stay rational. You stay strategic. You allow the situation to unfold without forcing premature decisions. Patience gives you endurance, And endurance creates toughness. Most people quit because they rush the process. They want immediate relief. They want quick success. They want fast change. But true strength is built slowly through time, pressure, and persistence. Weak times teach patience because when everything falls apart, the only way through is forward, slowly, steadily, consistently. Strength in weak times is also created through identity. You become what you repeatedly believe about yourself. If you see yourself as fragile, you will behave fragile. If you see yourself as defeated, you will live defeated. But if you decide that you are strong, resilient, unbreakable, and built for challenge, then no weak time can destroy you. Identity shapes behavior. When you see yourself as someone capable of surviving storms, you naturally act like it. You stop panicking. You stop shrinking. You stop doubting. You start rising. You start adapting. You start fighting back. Identity is the root of strength. And weak times force you to choose who you are going to be. Finally, strength is built by accepting that weak times are part of life. Not a curse, not a punishment, not proof that you're failing. Weak times are training. Weak times are shaping. Weak times are building mental muscles you never knew you had. Weak times are preparing you for a future that demands more from you than your comfort ever will. The strongest people did not become strong in easy seasons. They became strong because life forced them to grow beyond their limits. And that same opportunity stands in front of you. Weak times may shake you, but they don't define you. What defines you is how you rise when life applies pressure. Strength is built in the exact moment you feel weakest. And if you can endure, adapt, and keep moving, you will come out on the other side unrecognizable in the best way possible. As we reach the end of this journey, understand that strength is not something you find. It's something you build piece by piece, day by day, through every challenge, every setback, and every weak moment that life throws at you. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will try to break you. But those trials are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of your transformer. It's a song. The weak moments are the laboratories where the strongest version of yourself is forged. Every time you feel defeated, every time fear tries to whisper that you cannot go on, remember that it is in those exact moments that you have the chance to rise, to choose, and to define yourself. Nothing worth having comes without struggle. Nothing worth achieving comes without discipline. And nothing worth becoming comes without enduring the storm. You have the choice today to either let weakness dictate your future or let it sculpt you into someone unshakable. Your thoughts, your mindset, your commitment to push forward, even when everything feels impossible. These are the weapons you have to conquer adversity. Strength does not mean you feel no pain, no fear, no doubt. Strength means you feel all of it and refuse to let it control your actions. Strength means you continue grinding, continue building, continue showing up, even when your body wants to quit, even when your emotions try to steer you away from your path. Weak times will never stop coming, but your ability to respond, to adapt, and to endure is entirely within your control. Every obstacle, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty is an opportunity to practice resilience. The world is not waiting to make it easy for you. Success, power, and personal growth do not come from comfort. They come from embracing discomfort, leaning into struggle, and refusing to settle for anything less than your full potential. If you can develop patience when results are slow, discipline when distractions are everywhere, and unshakable faith in your own capacity to overcome, you will not just survive your weak moments. You will emerge stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Remember, the strongest people are not those who avoid storms, but those who learn to dance in the rain, who take each blow and turn it into momentum, who allow pressure to reveal their power rather than crush their spirit. You have the choice to either let your weak times define you or to define yourself through them. Build your thoughts, guard your mindset, master your emotions, and take ownership of your response to every challenge. Strength is not a gift, it is earned. And it is earned in the moments when it feels most impossible. So today, commit to being relentless. Commit to showing up when no one is watching. Commit to growing through struggle instead of shrinking from it. Commit to becoming so strong mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that no circumstance can ever derail you. The weak moments will come, but you will stand taller because you chose to rise. You will persevere because you refuse to quit. You will become unstoppable because you decided that weakness would never have the final word. Your story is still being written, and the strength you build now will echo through every victory, every triumph, and every legacy you create. This is your time. This is your power. This is your rise.